You must think I'm a fool. I said, actually, we all think you a fool. I said, we all think that you are a fool. You definitely are. And still defending her. Laura has Tracy and Martin call the truth. Carly was mad that Jason was on a date with Britt. Britt still trying to tell Carly what she already know, that Josh is a WSB agent. James got hurt, so Nathan put him on punishment. This director dude gotta go. He out here lying like Anna just vanished or whatever. Then he trying to force Brennan to tell him what he knows. He trying to force him to tell him what he knows. He ain't no telling him at the end of their scene that he not gonna say anything because there has already been a leak that almost cost him 2 agents. And he was mad. He was outside that door mad. I said, I hope Brennan using that brain that he is. Cause look, he getting blindsided too. I said, look, I don't know no more. Really don't know no more. I said, I thought he was crooked too. We know the director crooked. I said, but I still, Brandon's supposed to be crooked too, right? I don't know. And the last thing is that not Anna, Gio and Emma end up hooking up. But hey y'all, welcome back to another video. This is for General Hospital, January the 15th, 2026. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. What did y'all think? Did y'all like the episode? It was okay, not too much happened. What would I say the highlight is? Probably Tracy and Martin calling the truth, if they even doing that for real. They could have just said that. No, I take that back. The highlight for me, I enjoyed the Jason and Britt scene. I enjoyed the Jason and Britt scene. Don't that mean that he was acting like he was bad just so she could win? Because after she left to go get, I think she went to get drinks or something like that. And he threw the X or whatever, and it landed right on the target. I said he was pretending, wasn't he? But yeah, I enjoyed that scene. But yeah, I thought when they showed the promo for today's episode, they were saying that Carly was going to tell Jason what she overheard. But she didn't. She was just saying that we both know that Britt's up to no good and stuff like that. But okay, so on today's episode, we're gonna start with the director dude and Brennan. I think they say his name director something with a C. So they saying that the C up on Britt's note was actually him instead of Faison or whatever. But yeah, so he basically was questioning Brennan and stuff like that, wanting to know what's going on. Wait, I take that back. First, he was trying to imply that Anna had gone rogue. She had left. They saw her out because they knew that she had insight into Faison and stuff like that. But basically, she got obsessive of it, and she just disappeared. So Brennan was like, she would never leave her granddaughter behind. And he was saying, under normal circumstances, yeah, but this is about Faison. Of course she did. And I said, Brennan, that should have been the first sign. Well, I ain't gonna say that because, because when Anna running off before. But I said, Brennan, use your brain. He desperate for information for a reason. For a reason. I said, look, everybody gonna need saving because everybody crooked and they got their own agenda or whatever. But yeah, so after he was talking about Anna, he was like, he want to know what he uncovered about Windermere, about Spoon Island and stuff like that. So Brennan said he not going to tell him nothing. And he was like, he ordered him to tell him. He was like, I'm still not going to tell you nothing because the last time he revealed information, it was a leak that almost cost him 2 agents, Jocelyn and Vaughn. So he was mad. He ended up leaving and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, exactly. He trying to eliminate Brennan. Brennan going to have to watch his back. He going to try to take him up out of there. I said, but I guess the only thing, he wanted to know who he had in regards to Spoon Island and stuff like that. Jocelyn. Don't he got Jocelyn doing it? I said, well, Jocelyn better watch her back. Next, we got Lulu, James, and Nathan. So Lulu ends up bringing James to the hospital because he hurt his head. He was being hard-headed. Basically, wasn't listening. He wanted to rush. He ended up hurting his head. So Nathan was talking to Lulu about, what to do, how to give him a punishment, stuff like that. Because, they just starting to get to know each other and everything. He don't want to ruin what they building. So she gave him some words of encouragement. So he ended up telling him that he can't ride horses with Cody for, I think, 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he took it pretty well. I thought y'all said coming back. Where is Maxie? Maxie can be the key to finding out the only thing I can see her saying is when she cream on, that's when, she started to feel how she feel and stuff. Because wasn't it when she put that cream on, she fell out and everything, got sick, wind up in a coma? I knew, I had been saying, I was like, I think Lucy had brought him some cream or somebody had gave him some of that cream. They set it down, they zoomed in on it, and he kept trying to focus on this doggone company. He putting that stuff in them substances. That didn't make sense. He putting that stuff up in the cream, ain't it? But yeah, and that's why he's trying to get them to let him have more control and get all these doggone helicopters, airplanes, jets, and stuff to come with the rear. But yeah, next we got Emma and Gio. They were just talking about Anna. She was like, Anna, it seems like Anna had forgot about her. And Gio was just talking to her. Next thing you know, they was kissing, and then they end up hooking up. They end up hooking up finally. Who we got next? Martin, Laura, and Tracy. So Martin and Laura was talking. He gonna try to run to his sister to tell. He gonna run to her to tell that he got into it with Tracy again. That he overheard her and Michael. So he's the one who told. So she was like, this back and forth between him and Tracy has to stop. She called Tracy over there. She ended up saying for the sake of her and, you know, the whole Luke and stuff like that, they need to stop. Because Ace and Kevin are already gone. She need them. She can't get into what's going on, but she need them. So Tracy agrees to a truce, and Martin does too. They shake hands, and Tracy leaves. I said, do y'all think they really going to call a truce or what? I was expecting them to been on hooked up or something, to be honest. But so far they haven't. Tracy and Chase. Tracy was asking Chase if he's cheating on Brooklyn, and he was like, no, whatever. And she implied that if he ain't cheating, that he gon' cheat. Ends up mentioning Willow, and that's when Brooklyn came. She was defending Chase, saying that he would never cheat on her. I said, never said never. He would never cheat on her and everything. But after Tracy left, that's when they had the conversation. She was like, Tracy's not wrong. Basically, he has a blind spot to Willow. And he was like, wait, let me find it. What you said? He was like, you must think I'm a fool. And I said, actually, we all think you're a fool. I said, actually, we all do. You must think I'm a fool. Just saying how he just believes in justice and the way Michael treating her and not allowing her to see the kids, this and that. I said, this is why I wanted them to. I wish that Chase had been in that doggone courtroom, Drew right there. 88 Turner would have broke her down on that stand and she would have confessed or whatever, and Chase would have seen it. So she did tiptoe. That day she was sneaking back in, she was trying to place that doggone weapon. But yeah, he still was defending her, and Brooklyn was just saying how she doesn't want, you know, the whole Willow situation to come in between them, and he was like, it's not. And I said, it's already starting to. Y'all supposed to be playing they had stopped trying to plan to adopt and stuff like that because she wanted to focus on Gio. And I said, every time. I said, now, when Willow get ready to leave Drew, because I don't think she going nowhere. I don't think she going to no crazy house or anything like that. She might. We'll see. Jason and Britt, I skipped Carly and Josh. What was they talking about? They was at the place where you throw the axes and stuff like that. What was they talking about? Carly and Josh, they were just hanging out saying how they haven't been able to see each other and stuff like that. That's when Britt and Jason showed up for their date. Carly ends up talking to Jason about it, and she felt some type of way, saying how Britt's reverting back to her old ways. I said, well, all y'all ain't no good and be doing criminal stuff, so you can't just say Britt this and Britt that. My thing about Britt is that she be lying. That she be lying and she ain't got to. Out of all the people you could lie to, Jason the criminal just like Sonny and them, and Carly too. So why wouldn't you tell the criminal? That's just like Michael not wanting to tell Sonny what was going on or anything like that, but you run around telling Brooklyn them. You run around telling Brooklyn and Chase and everybody else. Make it make sense. But yeah, she was just trying to warn Jason. He was told her that, you know, mind her business. Basically to mind her business, because he like Britt. He definitely do. Britt and Jason, they was doing the X thing. They had a good little time. Like I said, that was my highlight of the episode. I liked the scene they seen. She told him that the winner has to give the other person a kiss or whatever. And she was like, she'll let him know when she ready for her kiss. And I said, he just wanted that kiss, didn't he? But yeah, Britt still over here threatening Josh, talking about some, put a muzzle on your mama and stuff, or else, you know, she gonna tell about her being a WSB agent. So Josh over here trying to do what she said. Talk to Carly, said maybe you feel that way because you feel a certain way about Brennan now and stuff like that. And they was talking about that. And Carly told Jocelyn that her eyes are wide open when it comes to Brennan now. I said, exactly. And Carly, look, she don't, I said, I'm proud of you, Carly. You held on to this secret a long time. It's been months now. Y'all know normally Carly be over here telling it. I said, she held on to this. Well, it depends on the situation because she has held on to secrets when it revolves around her. But yeah, she had said something about how did you learn or know about so much, Lord? How do you know so much about spies and stuff like that? And I was like, Carly be trying to tell her without telling her. And she just be looking so guilty. Jocelyn be looking so guilty. I think I covered everybody because the last people I wrote down was Chase and Brooklyn, but that's all with. Brennan tells director he won't tell what he knows because there has already been a leak and he got mad and left. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Wait. Brooklyn ends up telling Chase that Um, I skipped over two things. Before the truce, Laura suggested that Tracy move forward with the fraud charges, and she was like she can't because then she'd have to turn in running, and her family would be mad at her. So she was like, okay then. So she told them that she told Tracy that Martin didn't do nothing but tell the truth and stuff like that. So that's when she asked for a truce. Brooklyn ends up telling Tracy that she doesn't trust Willow, says that Willow is taking advantage of him. And I said, exactly. And that's when he said that about, you must think I'm a fool. And I said, we all do. That's it. That's all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces.